Today I wanted to talk about my workout plans. I know I told you this channel wasn't just going to be about books and writing books and reading books and all the things. So one of my big goals, just in general, but of course new year, new me vibes, is I want to get healthy, and that will probably mean some weight loss. If you go by the BMI scale, I need to lose what feels like a very significant amount. I'm gonna be real, I don't love being at like the healthy weight for my size because it just feels a little almost too skinny for me. I feel a little more content at like the 135 to like 145-ish range versus I think because I'm only 5'3", I'm supposed to be closer to like 120, even like 115 is what I've been told. And I remember being this height as a teenager and the doctors told me I was overweight at like 113 pounds. So I don't exactly trust that scale too much, but I would like to be healthier. And so, you know, get roughly down there, but also to just be healthier as a whole. Not necessarily what the scale says, just feeling healthier. Because I do know I have a lot of extra fat. Like it's just the word you gotta use sometimes. It is what it is. And so I want to potentially get some of that off. Do I need to be like a toothpick? No. Do I have a pair of jeans that I would love to fit back into because I bought them when they were really cute and the brand no longer exists? Yeah, that would be cool. But if I don't, whatever. I can have it as an option when I have a child someday to be like, do you want my weird pants that I was really stoked to wear and I don't fit in? They're here for you. Because I used to always love that when like my aunt or my mom or my aunts or another different aunt, anyone older than me would just like give me their hand-me-downs. Sometimes it was the funnest clothes because it was like so funky and weird that I never would have got it ever. And so I want to have that with my kids someday too. But for now, I really just, I want to focus on getting healthy and strong is the really big thing. And being overweight isn't fantastic for your health. And so I want to get, again, down to like 135, 145 I think would be a good range because I do also want to have a decent amount of muscle. So I'm not super concerned with what the scale says. I know where I want to feel in my body health-wise, and hopefully the scale will be somewhere in that ballpark. Because ideally I do want to get to some substantial weight to like my dumbbells that I use. Right now, at the very bottom of the barrel, I'm at 3s. Doing good. I'd like to get that up pretty significantly. I don't know if that'll even be this year, but slowly work up to more because I want to be strong and I'm currently really not. And so I would like to have some serious strength. Not like super duper serious, like I'm not gonna go to a gym or anything for it, just like home workout situation, but I'd like to be able to do my workouts with heavier weights to get to the place where my arms are pretty strong and be able to handle those at any like weight that I choose. Because I mean, I've seen like some backup dancers, and I think it's for Lady Gaga, but I could totally be wrong, that they have like pretty hefty dumbbells that they're like doing the dance routine with, and it's like that's kind of my goals. Am I gonna be a backup dancer? Absolutely not. But I wanna be strong. I wanna be like secure, strong. Your bones are healthy, your muscles are healthy, really strong in your body. Not like bodybuilder, but just functioning in the world strong. And that's what I wanna get to. And so currently I have had a somewhat rough goal of at the very minimum, because I feel like you have like your ideal goal and then you need to have your realistic, if you did this, you did good enough. And that is a consistent thing you can hit. And for that goal, that is to walk at least an hour a day and then to also do at least one workout a day. Now, my walk can range. Sometimes I will go up to my canyon house, as I call it, my dad's house, the house I want to buy, and go walk around there. That's a totally different set of muscles that it takes if you have never walked on like not paths. It uses different muscles. If you're walking up like rocky terrain, huge inclines, like it is very different than the loops around my house. Like inside the house, the staircase is just in the center of our house. So you can just like literally make a loop around your house. We call it loops. I know, very original. And so I'll either do that for like an hour or go walk around the canyon for like a half hour to an hour. You can feel a difference in the legs for sure. But either way, it is still moving your body. It's still a workout. And so I count that for my walking, and then I will do a workout. And that can range from really any of the Jane Fonda primetime ones. I've watched so many of these other videos of different workouts. They're the ones I like the most. They're the ones that I have seen more physical therapists tell you to do, especially if you want to keep mobile as you age. I have grown up around old people, so like that is one of my fears, is I want to be able to have a strong and healthy body as I get older. I'm turning 30 this year. That's not old, but it's also not young. And everyone's like, oh my God, once you turn 30, your body's gonna die. Like you're gonna have so many problems. I don't wanna do that. Because there are also people who are in their 90s who are more fit than me right now, and they're fine. So that is my goals, not these people that don't really work out that much. And then they're like, oh my God, my body hurts. And I am one of those people. My body hurts. I need to work out more. Because I do have problems. I have like nerve pain quite frequently, and the circulation to my hands is not fantastic. And so far, every time I talk to doctors, their two things is like, wow, your muscles are like kind of scary tight actually, which is weird coming from a medical professional. And then they're like, you just need to exercise, that's it. So in order to be able to like sleep without pain, I have to work out every day, specifically targeting upper body. So I need to do something with weights pretty much every day. Sometimes I will give like 1 day a week off, but even then I will usually still be like, you need to at least do like a walk. So like at least an hour of walking every day, no matter what. But I can have like a rest day of the other workouts once a week ish. Because inevitably, you know, life happens, but that's the goal. And sometimes like I kind of wish I would have forced myself to do it yesterday. I didn't. I took that day off, and now like I couldn't sleep because like I can't lay on like my shoulders at all, because within like 30 seconds or less, your whole arm is numb and tingling and quite painful. And then it takes a long time for it to come back online, and it's just not worth it. And then even like a very thin pillow feels like way too much. Like you literally can't lay with a pillow. You're just flat back on your mattress like, okay. And then the spine kind of feels okay, but trying to sleep like that is not the most pleasant. Because I love to be like a curled up ball with like your T-Rex arms. That is my ideal sleeping position. And I can't do that. I have to sleep like I'm in a freaking coffin with your arms stretched like all the way down, at least to like your belly button, or even like straight out on your sides. And it's like, this feels like you're preparing for death, and I don't like this. I like to not be in this position, but alas, nerves say otherwise. So I'm hoping that I can get that figured out through working out. Again, I've tried to seek medical care. It's not helpful. All they told me to do was the chin tuck thing, and that's it, where you just sit straight and then you push your chin back, give yourself a double chin, and do that, and that's it. And like, just like have better posture when you're sitting at your desk, that's it. And so I think there's a different physical therapist that my husband's seeing right now for a work injury that seems to be better, but it's also like at least probably gonna be like $80 a visit if I go. And again, I have, and I mention this all the time, I have other things I'd rather put money towards: paying off debts, you know, pay off our car, or, you know, our credit cards. And like, also I would like to, again, buy the Canyon house, want to have kids. So like, I'll just figure it out. So now onto my ideal of my workouts. This was like the minimum, the bare minimum of what I have to do. Now is the what I would love to be able to do every day. Do I do it every time? No, but this is the ideal. And again, this schedule only works because of what I do for work. Like, I am very, very lucky that we are able to pay our bills. We live with my mom because we can afford to do this. So I have the time to do this. Don't compare your life to my life. I also, again, I have so much time where I can do all of my crazy stuff that like I would not be able to do working a traditional job. That said, my ideal is to do an hour or so of walking in the morning. And I say morning, is pretty much any time before noon. That counts as morning time. I'd like to do an hour of walking every day at that point, usually loops. and then also to fit in at least one workout. Ideally, this would be the like strength training, resistance training, whatever, from Jane Fonda. Again, I love her workouts, especially her primetime ones in particular. They match so many things that physical therapists across the internet have said to do, and it seems when you combine all of the ones, it seems to work out really well. So to switch that up because you want to target different parts of your body, I tend to rotate through like technically 4, but one's just like a level, like one's more intense and one's not. But you do her upper body, her lower body, and then she has a full body level 1 and level 2. So I will rotate. So like today is Monday as of recording this. So I would do the upper body today, lower body tomorrow, full body level 1 on Wednesday because it is different move sets between level 1 and level 2. So I like having both. Then I repeat. So on Thursday, upper body, Friday, lower body, Saturday, we do the total again, but this time it's level 2. I like that. And then Sunday is usually my rest day, but also sometimes I'm tempted. She has like a full yoga thing and I'm like, maybe I should do that. But then then I tend to want to pile everything as an everyday thing. Like, well, why don't you do upper and lower body every day? And why don't you just do, I'll just do them all every day, all the time. Just do everything all the time. And in fact, that's probably not a great idea. So, you know, I'd love to fit in her yoga routines for the whole time, but also like realistically maybe fit that in on a Sunday, but that's more of like a lofty goal plan, not like a super solid. I do like the idea of Sunday. It's just a little bit more chill, easing back into the work week. My husband goes back to work that day, but my mom still has that day off, so sometimes we have housework projects, and sometimes I'll spend more time working towards my work of things, you know, like reading more books that day or whatever. And so I just like that day as my rest day, and then I can resume work and everything back on Monday. But I like to do those, and ideally that would be in the mornings. Again, morning counting before noon. And then from there, I love to go, you know, throughout this time I'd be working and stuff, and then in the afternoon is to fit a secondary workout. This is the consistent pretty much every day. Sometimes I think about moving up to level 2, but I just don't like it. And I'm just like, every single time I would put it on my calendar last year, I just wouldn't do it. So I'm not gonna do it. Like, I know I won't. So like, I'm not gonna hold myself to that accountability. But to do her walkout level 1, again, I love Jane Fonda. I love her workouts. I've tried other people's, not as good. I love her workouts. So find the workout person that works for you that is hopefully trained well. I trust her, and I love these workouts, and they really help. So in the afternoons, and I'll link the ones that I do below, but I do the walkout level 1 every afternoon. That one, it feels like it builds your stamina. Like it's an aerobic workout. It's supposed to work on like your fat and whatever. But like genuinely, it just feels like it gets your like lung capacity up. Like the walking doesn't. I know. And maybe if I incorporated stairs. If and when I can afford my Canyon house and the renovations I want to do, it would end up where I would be doing my loop throughout the house of 2 staircases. So you would go like down the stairs, through the living room, up the stairs, through the kitchen, down the stairs. Loop the whole house, multiple sets of stairs. And so like, I don't have that yet, but you know, like that would feel like you're making some effort, but on like your lung capacity from walking. But the workout, it feels like it really expands your lung capacity and just like your endurance of things more than necessarily like building muscle. It's just different. And I've done it in the past. I mean, I've done these workouts since I was in like high school on and off for years now. I love them. I come back to them more than any others. I've tried others. I never come back. Hers, consistently I will come back. So I will just do them. And so I like to do that one in the afternoon. And then I also like to finish the day. And this is where it gets hard because like you just want to be done with the day. But also I do tend to, which is probably why my muscles are such a mess, I have a lot of anxiety at any given time. And so I've tried all of the things. I'm trying to do like some home therapy techniques to calm down the anxiety, but it's a lot. And I've noticed that I have a lot of the symptoms of having high cortisol at night, where it's like your body temperature just drops and you're just effing cold. So you got to get the heater going, and it takes like a couple hours to warm up. And then you have like the overly sensitive bladder, so you constantly feel like you have to pee, but you actually don't. And you're like, do I have like a bladder infection? But then throughout the day you're fine. That's apparently another symptom of high cortisol. And like, you can only sleep for like a quick amount of time, and then you're wide awake, just like jump awake. There's a lot of symptoms that I have for the high cortisol at night. And the thing you're supposed to do for helping with your cortisol and stuff is to work out. That's like one of the things. You can try other things, meditation, whatever, it never has worked. But I have found if I walk, it does bring the anxiety down. And so again, this is the ideal workout schedule. I will also do another hour at night that also puts your steps 100% over 10,000 steps a day. I've tracked my steps for years, and when I do my loops, specifically, walking's a little more hard out in the wild because I usually walk my dog and she likes to sniff. So it's not as like set movement, but she hates looping the house. She gets so bored with it so fast. Out in the wild, she's excited. She can smell different things, pee everywhere. It's the greatest adventure for her. It's just currently raining, so I'm not taking her today, and it's been raining a lot this January. Anyways, but ideally at night, I will do another hour of walking, and that's just to help get the cortisol down. It burns off anxiety. I've said this magically for years that like to combat anxiety, you need to like burn off that excess energy. So just walk, move your body, and that helps. And honestly, doing a lot more working out, it does seem to lower the stress levels significantly. And also, unfortunately, just not having that much caffeine. I really can't handle coffee. I will either get used to it and it has the opposite effect, where I will drink it and then be exhausted and want to sleep, or I will have so much anxiety that like you don't feel like you can function. There is no in between, so I just have to finish out the coffee I have and then never have it again. Tea, I'm good. I can handle tea. It doesn't have as much caffeine. Ironically, sodas and stuff, I'm fine with that caffeine level. It's just something about coffee. Just can't do it. At the end of the day, to do that walk and get the cortisol, the anxiety down, and hopefully that will help me to sleep a little bit. And again, doing all of these workouts I think will help with the nerve pain. But the end of the day thing that I think I need to just make as a consistent everyday is to end, ironically, with the Jane Fonda AM yoga routine, because it stretches, specifically it ends the stretch on your shoulders, and that's what I need the most. And to just end your day stretching that crap out and being like, could you calm down, and then go to bed. And I think that is hopefully, again, it's the ideal, but I have done it. It's just a little bit more of an emphasis, but this year I do want to emphasize my health and specifically my workouts, because again, I'm so tired. Like last night, I couldn't sleep for hours because my like shoulders and arms were just a mess. And it's getting to the point now where sometimes I will even get it at my feet, and I don't like that. I don't like having nerve problems before I'm technically even 30. So like, I gotta get this crap under control. I'm trying to have better posture, and I think building up your muscles, specifically getting your core strength up so that you can have proper posture, is like the thing to do. Because again, I've talked to many doctors about it, and they're always just kind of like, just like, stop being a problem. And so they just tell me to work out. So I'm hoping having those different muscle sets and getting your steps, getting your stamina, you know, doing all of these things, it sounds like a lot because it is a lot, but also when I do it consistently, my nerve pain goes down significantly. I got to the point where I could actually sleep on my side again, which I have missed so much. And then inevitably, if I don't do this every day, that slips away. So that's why I have like the walkout as like the bonus workout, because the other one still targets these muscles way more, and that's more of just like maintenance kind of exercise to me. But yeah, so I just wanted to share my workout plans. This is what I'm hoping to do every day, again, as I've mentioned. But also, again, I do have it set up where if it's like, it's a busy day, I can fit in an hour of walking. I might fit it not in one go, but I will do it. You know, have a timer on my phone and I just check in with it throughout the day, or like plan like 15-minute jaunts here and there, something, get through it, or again at the end of the day just to walk and get it through the day at least once. And then also, again, mandatory, I have to do those workouts. Fit it in the morning. If I know it's gonna be a really busy day and I'm not gonna be home. Like, I've had that where, you know, people are in the hospital or something. Fit that like 20-30 minute workout first thing in the morning. Before you get out of your room, you can go pee first, because working out with a full bladder is not fun. But like, go immediately, start your day before you eat, before you do anything else. Get your workout done and then go about your life. I have had to do that in the past, and it's sometimes the only way I will do it. All right, I've got to end this. This camera is overheated multiple times now, and now it's getting to the point where it's just gonna constantly overheat. So I have to let it sit for several hours now. So I'm just gonna finish this out. But this is my workout plans for right now. I would love to know what yours are. What are your workout plans? What are you trying to like get out of your workouts? I feel like when you have more of a need than just I want to be skinny, it helps a lot. Again, my goal is to be able to sleep on my shoulders and have strength, and you know, weight loss inevitably will happen with that. Again, you can't also like compensate, but I feel like the meal planning is like a whole separate video, so like maybe I'll do that later, because like I can't even look back on all of the things I could have talked about of food plans, because literally I have so much food I can't have because I'm allergic to onions. And maybe garlic. I know every time I eat garlic, my gums feel like I kind of have a little bit of sandpaper. Or like when you haven't brushed your teeth for like a week or more and they just start to hurt with garlic. So yeah, I kind of have to really adjust my diet. Having allergies sucks. So, and like a pretty bad allergy to milk. Not intolerance, allergy. It different. I got an EpiPen for it and everything. So like, no, milk is a bad thing. And yeah, so like maybe in the future I'll talk about my meal plans and what I'm up to, but for now this is just what I've been doing for my workouts. Again, I will link them below. The videos are free on YouTube. I also have the DVDs just in case that channel ever goes away, so you can buy a physical copy of them. I have checked all of them to make sure they work. She has other workouts as well in her primetime series, but these are the ones I just go back to time and time and time and time and time and time again. Again, I've been doing them since they like uploaded, I think in like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. I started doing these workouts. Like, I know it was definitely within my first year of college, like right when I turned 18 I started to do these, and I have loved them. So like most of them you don't have to get on the floor. There's a couple, like again the other yoga ones, you have to get on the floor. That's why I don't like to do it. I hate getting on the floor. But you need to do it in practice because you will lose that skill if you don't. And the upper body is the one that makes you get on the floor, and again I hate it. But also you need to, holy crap, you have to do like the, I think it's like Superman or something, where you lift like one arm and one leg backwards and you're like on all fours. Oh my god, that one makes your entire body hurt, but it's worth it because then you build those muscles and then you're getting stronger every day. But yeah, so maybe one day I'll talk about my food, but for now this was my workouts that I'm doing. I'd love to hear yours below. And I'll see you next time. I'm trying, hopefully I can keep up with this. I didn't want to say for a while, but I think I got this every other day. It's how often I'm going to post. So hopefully I'll see you in the other day.